So today we're going to be looking at diffusion, and diffusion, very simply put, is the movement of particles from a high concentration to a low concentration over time. So if we look at that in a diagram, we would have our particles here, where we've got a high concentration, like so, and maybe one over here where we've got a much lower concentration. And all that's going to happen is these particles are going to move from where we've got a high concentration to a lower concentration over time until we reach this idea of equilibrium. So equilibrium is where all these particles are going to be evenly spread out. So this is at equilibrium. Now, what's important to understand at equilibrium is these particles don't stop moving. They continue to move, but they're going to continue to move and spread out at an even rate in all directions, which means our concentration is going to stay relatively simple and the same over time. Now, if we think about this in a biology term, and the majority of the time, when we do this in biology, it's going to be through a partially or semi-permeable membrane. So we're going to have a semi, or also known partially permeable membrane. So these particles are going to move from a high concentration to a low concentration through this membrane. Generally speaking, this is going to be a cell membrane, for example, in the lungs and the alveoli, into the bloodstream and back for oxygen and carbon dioxide. So these particles are going to move from a high concentration to a low concentration through this partially permeable membrane until we reach this equilibrium. Particles are then going to move backwards and forwards at an equal rate to maintain the equilibrium. And that's everything you need to know about diffusion.